Okay. Yo, what's going on? Okay, so what I want to talk about, I think this one's going to be actually quite a good one as Tech 7 is coming out, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be picking up new characters. So, and someone, funny enough, asked me a very interesting question about how they would go about picking up a new character. So I'm going to try to talk to you, or my point of view of how to pick up a new character, just giving you general tips which I feel will help people pick new characters. So one of the first tips I would give people is when they have a new character, just feel them out. When I say feel them out, feel how they move in the game, feel how their backdash is, feel how they move. Like I think that's one very key point. Just to see how they move, their speed, their backdash, how good their sidestep is, and I think that's so important just to get a feel for the character, feel if you like the character, because certain characters I can't play because I don't like the way they feel. Like I feel, for instance, I can't play Bruce. I don't like playing Bruce because the way he feels for me when I have him in my control, I just don't like the way he moves. So that's one thing I think is very important. Feel how your character feels. Just, move around with him. See if he's got sway back movement, if he has a snake dash movement, does he have a wave dash, stuff like that. I think that's one key thing. So just mess about with the movement. I've got a little list here. The second thing is, what I'd say is, find out your pokes. Now, quick pokes, fast pokes. Now, I'd say anything from about 10 to 14 frames. Just find out those kind of pokes. You can go online, there's websites, I'll link to the website below about frames, and just find quick pokes that, will chip away at your opponent. So, for example, with Jin, his 2-1, his 1 jab is 1-2, what else is there? What other good pokes? Down forward 4, up down forward 1. Just back 2-1 as well. Just those kind of fast pokes, just to know how to chip away at your opponent. Now, one thing I know this is going to be a bit back and forth, which I heavily suggest to new players when they're coming in, is don't learn combos first. Because I feel that when a player learns combos first, they don't have no foundation. Okay, so they may know how to juggle, they may do the sickest juggles, but in a match you need to know how to chip your opponent down, because you're not just going to win by launching. Obviously you can, but when you get to a high level play, just launching is not going to work. You need to have a solid foundation, and I feel that if you have pokes and movement, that's a solid foundation to work on. Then you can work on combos and launches, because with your movement and your poking, you're going to start forcing errors. If you're just standing there like that, you're not really going to force any errors, because it's going to become too predictable. You need to work your way around. Okay, sidestep, boom. Or that's supposed to be shredder. So that's one of my key bits of advice is don't just learn combos. Try to build a foundation first. Build a foundation with your movement and your quick poking. Another tip I would give is learn the ranges of key moves that I've talked about with the key moves in the previous thing. So learn ranges of his key moves, like 4-4-2, loads of range. So you know what kind of moves go where, if you get what I'm saying, at certain places on the screen, because obviously you ain't going to be doing your jab strings there. So you'll be doing like 4-4-2s, forward 4s, and that kind of thing like that. So learn about the ranges of good moves. So once you, I think, have those kind of tips down, I think you can then kind of develop and go further. Because, before you develop and go further, one other key thing I'd say is learn your key punishers. So just install these in your head. So, launcher at 15 frames, 12 frame punish, jab punishes. Get these things installed in your head, like launch from block, I think that's 14 or 15. So get these key punisher stuff in your head. So my tips would be, if you're picking up a new character, feel their movement, what their fastest poke is, their key punishers, and then what ranges your key moves come from. One of my key advice as well is don't go just learn the combos, because you need to build a foundation. And I think from when you get those key points, then you can start moving into things like your frames of your key moves. So like, you know, how plus this is, and then you can start setting up frame traps for that. So if you know this socket is X frames, then you know you may get this guaranteed if they press a button. So then you can start developing further once you learn the key foundation. And then if your character has stances, then you can work out, you know, okay, how the stances work, how to interact with stances and put that in your game. So I think it's like a step-by-step process. So you need to, I think first key things are, you know, get a feel for the character, what their fast pokes are, the key punish moves, and what are the key ranges. And I think from that you can then develop into, you know, frames of your key moves and stuff like that. So I hope this has given just a little insight. Obviously Tekken 7 is coming out and there's going to be new characters. I'm sure people want to try out these new characters. But yeah, stay tuned for the next episode, because the next one I'm actually going to be talking about how to learn from losses, and I've actually got exclusive footage of me actually playing JDCR. He happened to come to my place when he was in London, and I got a couple of games and I got my ass kicked, but I'll be going through those matches and trying to show how you can learn from your losses, alright? Peace.